Welcome back. As you can see, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping. It's a beautiful day and we have lots to do. We've been catching up these past couple days after all the rain that we've had the past several weeks. We've had 3 or 4 sunny, dry, beautiful days in a row, so we have been taking advantage, just knocking out everything that we can while we have this wonderful weather. So today we have a small list of things we need to get done. We're gonna actually go to the park and enjoy the weather today, this afternoon. So this morning we're gonna go ahead and plant our summer starts. We are going to do several varieties of tomatoes, a couple peppers and some herbs. And we're also going to put together a stand that we just got in the mail so that we can keep them inside in a sunny window. We've got some sourdough bread baking in the oven we got to keep up with, and we'll see what else pops up in the meantime. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and move our fruit trees that have been inside of our covered patio out into the sun. It looks like for the next week or so, at nighttime, we're not going to dip much lower than 40 degrees, so they'll be fine out here on the porch and they'll benefit from any sunshine that we might get and any rainwater if it comes back again. But I think they're safe to move out now. There's not any frost or any kind of damaging weather that's in the near forecast, and if so, we'll just scoot them right back under again. So I want to make sure that they're not going to be directly under the runoff of the roofs, so that the rainwater, whenever it comes, doesn't just beat the mess out of the potting soil, because it makes a mess. So, and in case you were wondering, yes, I'm in my pajama pants because they're comfy and I can. Check it out, guys. We have some buds. This is on one of our peach trees. We actually have a couple buds on a few of our trees here. I'm super excited. That means that warm, springy spring is on its way. Okay, so we've got a couple of deliveries that we need to open and put together and put to use today. We've got our row cover to recover the bed that got sabotaged. We have some underpads. These we're going to use when we need to put the milk stand inside of our shed, like when it's raining or the weather's not great. That way we can protect the floor of the shed, just in case while we're milking, if Mama decides to have an accident, which she hasn't yet, but we'll be prepared if she does. And then let's see what we got in this box here. All kinds of goodies.
Oh, goat stuff. What's this? Raising Goats Naturally by Deborah Neiman.
Yeah. Saw this book recommended on Amazon and it really piqued my interest. It has a foreword by Joel Salatin, so I figured if he promotes it that it's probably good quality. And we want to raise our goats the healthiest and most natural way possible, so I'm excited to read that.
And next we have this. What is this?
Giant bucket of tallow.
Ew! Get it away. Gross.
Tallow for our soap making. So
This one came
something
out.
we can't create here on our farm just yet.
This came out of the little box, but it's still okay. We have some peppermint essential oil.
Yep.
And some other essential oil.
Yeah, these are also for our soap making. Some peppermint, and I believe that one was orange. Yeah.
Orange! I can't smell it, dang it. And a plant water.
Yes, I'm excited about this. This is a pump continuous mister. So instead of a watering can or a regular squirt bottle, this one you pump and it puts pressure in the bottle, and then it has a fine mist sprayer on the end, so you can mist your seedlings evenly and it doesn't disturb the soil too bad. And lastly, we have a 4-tier rolling utility shelf. It's just an Amazon brand. We're going to use that for our seed trays, and I got it on wheels because before I would take them from inside to outside whenever it's nice and sunny like this, and just carrying tray after tray after tray just got, you know, a little bit old. So this way we can just roll the entire cart outside into the sun and roll it back in whenever the sun starts going down. So we're going to put that stand together. We're going to go ahead and start sowing some of our summer seedlings in our trays, and our sourdough bread is about done in the oven, so I'll show you guys that when my timer goes off. Let's get started. So upon further investigation, I realized that I'm not going to have enough of these little cells for the amount of seedlings that I want to start today. I usually grow plenty for our garden, and then I like to have a little bit of extra on hand in case any friends and family need some. I can give or sell a couple and put the proceeds back towards the garden or towards the farm. So when we go out to the park in a little bit, I'm gonna have to stop and get some more. So I have enough to go ahead and start my tomatoes, which are my main concern because they're the breadwinner. Of course, everybody loves tomatoes. So I'm going to start some Cherokee tomatoes. These are seeds that I saved from ours last year. We really love them. Some multicolor heirloom cherry tomatoes. We've got some Brandywine tomatoes. These are saved from some my sister-in-law gave me, and I also found some packets in a closet from a couple years ago, so I'm gonna try them and see if they do anything. I've got some more Brandywine, a sweetie tomato, which kind of looks like the tomatoes on a vine that you get at the grocery store, and then one just called Delicious tomato. So we'll start them and see what happens. And then I also want to start some onion seeds. So we're gonna need a lot more of the cells because, you know, each one grows one onion. So in order to have enough to store for the season, we're gonna have to plant quite a bit. We're also gonna start some cilantro and some basil, some green peppers, green and red peppers. I thought I had saved some chocolate pepper seeds from last season, but I can't seem to find them. So if I come across them later, I'll do those as well. But those are some more seeds that I found in the closet, so we're gonna test those out and see if they're any good. And then we have some jalapeno seeds that we've saved from last year too. Don't worry, I'm going to wear gloves this year. Did not do that last year, and I learned the hard way. So this is what we have. We're gonna go ahead and plant as much as we can in the amount of time that we have, and also in the amount of cells that we have. Like I said, we'll be picking up some more when we go out and finish those off this evening. Oh my goodness, it smells so good.
It really does. Can I open it?
Yeah, open it up.
Oh.
There she is. Look how beautiful.
That's probably the prettiest loaf we've ever made.
Have to agree. We're gonna let this beautiful loaf sit and cool down, and then the plan is to have some for lunch.
We can?
My goats are always telling me something. Probably that they're hungry. Always hungry. Goats. so noisy, so hungry, so cute. They're really a lot of fun. They are a lot of work, but they're fun. And this morning, well, yesterday morning was the first morning that we put our mama goat like actually on the milk stand, which you guys should have seen a video of that before this one comes out. And the very first time was not particularly successful. We got more milk than what we had been doing in the past, but we definitely learned some things our first day. So today and yesterday we went out there like we knew what we were doing, and we were prepared and ready for the things that we knew would arise. And Mama seems comfortable, she seems happy, we're happy. We've been able to get about 1.5 to 2 cups of milk in the morning, which is plenty for us. We don't typically just drink glasses of milk. It'll be used for coffee creamer and making cheeses and soaps and other little treats here and there. So it'll be just the right amount for us in the future when we get to our next property, as long as we're okay with the time commitment of keeping dairy goats, then we'll probably get more. So far, so good. I really enjoy it. I'm watching. We've had some honeybees. They usually come about this time of the year and visit us, so I put out some honey water for them so that they have something to eat in our yard. That way they know they can come here and be fed, so whenever we do have plants that are up, I can count on them to come and pollinate them for us. Looks like we have one little guy. Start with our Cherokee tomatoes, seeds we saved from last year. I'm really disappointed. I thought I saved a lot more seeds than what I did. This will be plenty for our garden, but like I said, I like to save extras in case I have any friends or family that I want to gift some to, or if people are interested in buying some, like I said. But that's all right. We'll plant what we have and go from there. Last year we had about 8 tomato plants, I want to say, and it was plenty for our fresh eating requirements for our family of 3. I'll probably do more like 12 this year. Bless you. Because I would like to be able to can a little bit, put some up, maybe make some salsa, that sort of thing. So last year was plenty for fresh eating. This year we'll plant a little bit more for preserving to have throughout the year. We don't really do a lot of canned tomato products like sauces and stuff, maybe a handful of times in the year, so I'm thinking maybe 12 plants would be plenty for us. We do have to be kind of conservative with how much we plant just because of our space limitations here. We have 4-foot by 10-foot raised beds, and with square foot gardening, you know, with tomatoes, you could squeeze 10 plants in one of those boxes. I'm not sure that I'm going to plant our tomatoes in boxes again this year. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got a little time to figure it out. So once we get to the new property though, our garden space is going to be, it's going to have ample amount of room. So we can grow plenty for ourselves, for preserving, and for friends and family without issue. So next up, I'm going to plant our Brandywine tomatoes. I'm going to do all the seeds that I saved from my sister-in-law, and then I'm going to do a few more of the packet that I found in the closet that are also Brandywine. They were really good. They're very sweet and mild tomato, not a lot of acid to it. Cherokees are the same way, and that's why we tend to stick with the heirloom variety. They're just less acidic. Sometimes I have to be cautious with the amount of acid that I eat, which is tough because I love tomatoes. With this pre-made potting soil, I try to pull out the little twigs and barky pieces, just stuff that's going to make it kind of tough for the roots to get through. You could always sift this with some kind of wire strainer of some sort, maybe some hardware cloth, to make it a little more fine. But I've always planted in it like this, and it does just fine. I just remove the bigger pieces whenever I come across them. Have it. Next, we're just gonna cover up our seeds. We're gonna put some water in the bottom of these trays here from our rain barrel. Fill it probably about an inch or so high, and then we're also going to mist them from the top, get the soil good and soaked so that the roots start stretching towards the bottom. And then I'm going to write on these clothespins what's in these trays, and then that way I can just clip it right to the tray so that I know what's where. Alright, we got Reagan in here putting our cart together.
Which doesn't make any sense because it says this little screw is supposed to go in here. There's nowhere for the little screw to go. It just goes into a hole of nothingness.
I can imagine in those parts over there, there's something that would connect them.
Yeah, but it doesn't say to connect them.
We'll have to read the instructions and find out.
There's nothing to read.
Homeschool for the day. Set up in here, got her fans going in the shade. Kids have it so hard these days.
Got it all built.
Okay, this thing's awesome. worth the money that we paid for it. I'm gonna have links for all of these new Amazon products that we just got in the descriptions below. If you start your seeds inside or have any type of indoor plant that you need to gently mist but get a good coverage on, this thing's where it's at. So much better than a pump spray bottle and anything that would mess up the soil. I'm really happy with this. All right, Reagan has successfully built our 4-tier shelf here. Get it on there, very careful.
Which one?
Anyone, it don't matter. Any matter. It don't matter. There we go. Perfect, look at that.
And there's place for my little herbs.
Yep, there's gonna be plenty of room for several trays on here, and we can just wheel it inside and outside.
And the wheels have brakes on them.
Nice.
I think I might trade one, because I put both the brake wheels on one side and then the wheels that aren't brake on this side. So I think I might just switch one for one.
Yeah, makes sense. So we're gonna put them in that window right there. As you can tell, we get plenty of sunlight on the back of our house, hence why we built this covered patio to give us some shade. So our seedlings are gonna be super happy in front of that window, and on days like today, we can wheel it out and let them enjoy the sunshine. We got a lot done today, took advantage of the sun. I'm sleepy. I'm gonna go get ready and dress and head out to my ladies meeting, then come home and probably get to bed a little early. Because we've got a day full of inside stuff planned for tomorrow, because I think it's supposed to rain again, hopefully not. But anyway, that wraps it up for today. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Adios!